Yeah, people. If you don't control the land you're on, you don't control your life. So I don't care the accommodations. I don't care how good the accommodations look. I don't control this. That means I don't control my life. They can tell me to move whenever they want. So comfort is different than safety. Don't confuse it.
Okay. So I guess we can talk a bit about your past living situations as well.
Was something I chose. My current ones is not.
Yeah.
And think about this. They knew when I got the lease that they were going to tear the place down. Okay, so capital is more important than human relationships. You understand that. If you understand that, I hope you understand that.
Okay. So we have this, basically it's kind of like a guide to help you walk through the last year, and we kind of just want to go through it. And I guess basically on the left, you kind of go through where you've lived in the last year and kind of over the time, and you don't necessarily have to do it.
You mean
by
12
years.
months?
Yeah.
I've lived here. March, well, at the end of April was the lease is up. So what, 2 months?
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be for the last year. That's why we have places for Europe here. It's just like the last couple different places you've lived. Like, so.
I was in a long-term relationship for about 16 years. Then we split up and I moved to East Liberty for about 2. And then somebody said they want more money, and I moved again. That's it. I was living with a woman for most of my life. So I was in a very stable relationship. I got an honorable discharge. None of that matters because most people look like I'm a fucking novelty because I'm black. This is weird. All right? I'm letting you know that. This is a 56-year-old man telling you I've never been totally comfortable in the nation of my birth. So I am supposed to be sick. 50 years of discomfort. I found out that my skin mattered at 7. And I was having a conversation with a white guy. He was 7. And here's the conversation. I want to be white. Erase yourself. Those 2 7-year-olds were tape, weren't they? Because my conversation on the phone, I sound like a white man. Wore white clothes. It don't help. Who's the president? I'm lucky. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. My Twitter account bites.
Yeah. Well, we are really trying to focus on housing.
Yeah,
We can't do a
and-
whole lot about solving.
I know,
racism
I understand that, but the reason why I'm here is because somebody wanted more money. That's it. If you want to know what it is, I'm sorry, if you want to know what it is to to live in this country, worship money. It ain't about you. It ain't about your relationships. It's about money here. All right? But it ain't me. That makes me sick. There's a person that represents our country that represents what I just said. How you feel about him? How's his housing situation? Think about him, man. He's an idiot. He's a tumor that finally exploded. It's been under the surface for as long as I can remember. Now you can see it. So, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can't separate this shit. I'm here because somebody wanted more money. Period. That's it. Because I'm comfortable, don't remove the reason why I'm here.
okay.
All right. So stick together. You guys need each other more than I was born right around the time, the 60s and shit, when they changed a lot of laws. People treated me because of the laws, not because they got better. They treated me better because of the laws. Yeah, we got a black president. I thought shit was over too. I was wrong. I'm just saying, my dad was in World War II and all that shit. That they got me the jobs. The reason why I'm here is somebody wanted some more money. And they wanted to tear down the building I was at. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
That's why. That's the only reason why I'm here. There's a bunch of people that are moved out of there because somebody wanted more money. We had to stick together and say, you just can't kick us out. We had to say that. In the safe face, they gave us more money. But the only reason why I had to move is because of capital requirements of some organization, not because they give a fuck about me.
Sorry, like you said, you had to stick together to say you wouldn't move
Because that's how we got paid. That's how we got more time for our old folks in that building. That's how we got more money from the developer, so we didn't have to, and more time so we could find a place to live. Because we stuck together and all faced in the same direction. Capital is king here. It's capital or blood, whatever. There's a whole bunch of living things stuck together and face the same direction. People listen. And I sent a video. It's 4 minutes. Did you see it?
Yeah, I watch it.
Yeah. You guys need each other. You're not rich. They got asshole rich people, and they get the jobs that rich people get. I'm not saying give up. I'm just saying you people need each other. You people, young people. You need each other more than I think. Shit. Use some of this old shit. That's shaming shit, okay? That's the feeling I get.
You do.
That you need each other.
I mean, because the way you're talking to me is like, yeah,
Well,
you do.
we're trying to like just sort of look at the very low level like process of changing housing locations. So like I know that like so like not instead of like a larger view like capitalism view, but more low level like I don't know forms, organizations you work with. Because that's the level we can make changes.
Action United, yeah, Action United was an organization that I got bored, right? You work most of your life, you don't have to, but you still have. I started using my alarm clock just because I had to. It's weird. Anyway, I got involved with a social justice organization called Action United, and it was weird because I was preparing for a fight. It's funny. I had a bigger Twitter following than they did, so they let me do their Twitter thing for them. Well, not for them, but they let me put some stuff in it. That was great. I didn't know I had that in me. And I showed up for rallies and Fight for 15 and I was taking pictures. I had all this free time.
I mean, I don't care.
And little did I know that I was training for a fight. Because that's who showed up for us when the guy said, well, I need more money. Give me 90 days. We got 2 years for old people, 1 year for younger people.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Because we stuck together and said, no, wait a minute. So, yeah, I can't remember what you asked. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was just asking about the lower level like process of changing.
Action United.
Yeah.
You ever hear of them? Yeah, well, remember that name. Because they helped me learn how to fight. Oh, yeah, it's in the name. I'm serious. They were the ones that got the church. They knew the church across the street. They had a relationship with the church across the street. That's where the politicians showed up and all the tenants of that building showed up. Yeah. I didn't know I was training. That's a trip. Anyway, if it wasn't for a community organization at that low level, because some people ran as soon as they got the eviction notice, they just ran. They only got an eviction notice. We stuck together, so some of us had to. And we got $1,600 plus our security deposit if you left the apartment. Okay. Well, if you left the apartment, okay, you got all that money. It's because we stuck together, and we didn't think it was an individual thing. Yeah.
Okay. I guess basically, I guess looking like forward.
So we don't
now.
need this right here?
How do you see your future living situations?
If you don't own the land, your future's open to whatever the whims of the person that does own the land. All right.
So do you think any of that could change?
Well, what about that? Well, they're saying, them Standing Rock, they own the land, or do they? They got guns out there saying they don't. So who owns it? Standing Rock or the pipeline company? Remember, that's how they used that same shit to get here, to get the land. So what are you talking about?
This right here?
You have no life unless you own the land you're on. Your life is for other people to decide to do with what they want if you have no land.
Huh?
Period. So my future is like, okay, up in the air because I don't own the land. Remember, got to back that contract up with weapons. Who's got the most weapons on the planet?
It won't work.
You can't take shit. You can't take this shit out of context. It's not separate. Everything works together.
PowerPoint template.
It's not separate. I've been here half a century. I'm standing on that. Why do you think slavery is happening? Because they hated black people? No, it's a cheap labor. It's a way to make money. It's all about money. Look at if it's something stupid like Trump is being president, look as money is put in there.
Okay. Well, I guess apart from basically having to possess the land, do you have any like plans to be able to change your current housing situation?
Oh, well, no. Remember, this ain't the only culture that ever existed, all right? As far as I'm concerned, people trying to own land possessing their mother. Yeah. You can either believe in Jesus or believe in them other shits. I choose to believe that this is my mother. And everywhere they've gone, they fucked her. As far as the sacrifice zones, whatever you want to call them, wherever they've gone, they ain't been pretty. So, I choose to think that the people who are sitting in front of me is more important than the money.
No. I'm just.
I just want to go into like a few details because it'll be helpful for us stricter research. So you said you've been here for 10 months, right?
End of April.
Okay. How long were you at Penn Plaza?
A couple of years.
Okay. And then you were in a house before that?
Yeah. 16 years.
Oh, you can use it.
And use your social media as a weapon. It works. Well, he got there. This, as far as I'm concerned, Twitter helped this man get to be president. All right, you better take a lesson from that.
I was just really curious if you could go into more detail about exactly how you helped organize your neighbors at Penn Plaza. Because, you said that you all banded together, but I was just wondering if you could go into more detail about how you did that.
Okay, well, first you get the rumors. Hey, I didn't get no eviction notice at first. I guess I don't know if it was alphabetical or whatever, but first a lot of these other people got eviction notice, and I didn't know why. All right, remember, I was already involved with Action United, but there was people over there that was involved with Action United before I moved there. It just was the Acorn before, and it got disbanded because of some bullshit some people did. See, you can't separate it. The Acorn was disbanded because of voter fraud. And that's bullshit. Yeah, Google it. Acorn. So, I was, they renamed the organization, I was involved with it, and so there was other people up there that knew that they weren't involved with it, but they had a relationship with it before. And I don't know, I never looked at the process. I just knew that, oh yeah, you back somebody up against the wall, they're gonna find a way. There's no other way but through. Their back is against the wall. So I don't know how.
Did you contacting the people? Did you call them? Show up at their offices?
Yeah, that's what we did. Yeah, but remember, I was in this fight too. So all I remember is smoking a lot of weed and getting sick, and tweeting.
Mm-hmm. And how much extra time did you get from?
About a year.
About a year? Cool. Yeah. Do you have any other questions, Cindy?
I don't.
You don't?
Yeah, okay, so stick together. It's blood or money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Trump is president. That's my evidence.
Okay.
Do I gotta sign this or something? It's $35 or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 35.
Yeah.
Just something written on it.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for talking to us.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smuggle going to get off the depression. Man.